the way you talk to people can change your life, right?
I love the way you have put in the way you talk to people, it changes the life. My question is the way you talk to yourself.
So how important is to have a purpose statement like that for someone?
Having a purpose in your life is the most important, because then you can check back everything with the purpose. Whatever comes your way, whatever you are doing, is that serving the purpose of your life? We all live towards a purpose, knowingly, unknowingly. When we know the purpose, we can craft our way. We can really work towards that purpose. I remember in my first grade, when I was reading the storybooks, there was always one question after that. What is the moral of this story?
Yes.
So every human being is a story for me. Their life is a story for me. I need to know the moral of their story, which I am going to learn from. Who will cry when I die?
Okay.
Right? If I make a difference in your life and you get to know Pankaj is no more, will you have a tear in your eye? And if I am able to achieve that, that's a success for me.
Yes. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Bilna Sandeep Show. Today on the show, we have Mr. Pankaj, who is an author, who is a mentor, who is a coach, and who is also the executive director of BNI Deira region. Welcome to our show, Mr. Pankaj.
Hey, thank you, Bilna. Thank you for inviting me here today. It's an honor for me.
For us as well, I'm so delighted to have you here on our show. So, to our listeners, I was really fortunate enough to get a copy of Pankaj's book, which is releasing soon, and the name of the book is Being. And I want to start off this episode with one line which I saw in the book, which was really amazing. So I'll just read that out. I'm a river who lives to nurture lives around me. I persist unceasingly, even if I must carve new paths. At times I may be turbulent, while in others I exude serenity, yet my flow shall forever endure. Wow, that's amazing, that statement. I've always, even before reading through the book, I've heard you say that as well, right? So how important is to have a purpose statement like that for someone? And how did you come up with it? And how has it changed the way you see life?
So, Bilna, when we talk about a purpose statement, many a times you will find executives feeling unfulfilled, feeling hollow, having everything around, but yet they are not satisfied. That authentic happiness is missing. And in my learnings, in my separate mentoring I received from different gurus, they always taught me this. Having a purpose in your life is the most important, because then you can check back everything with the purpose. Whatever comes your way, whatever you are doing, is that serving the purpose of your life? We all live towards a purpose, knowingly, unknowingly. When we know the purpose, we can craft our way. We can really work towards that purpose. Indeed, the purpose statement which you have read, it was invented in something called coactive coaching. I was taking that coaching, coactive coaching, and Gonan is the one who takes this coaching out here in Dubai. They helped us develop a purpose statement. They connected this with our values. This is what are your values, and develop a purpose. So my initial purpose statement was, I am the river Ganges, which flows, never stops. I can be turbulent, I can be loud. What I'll do on my way is I'll nurture lives in and around me. This was the very first.
Beautiful. I mean, that itself was a very beautiful statement.
Because that's what is my passion. I talk to people, I get an opportunity through BNI to speak with so many people. And BNI taught me to learn from the life of members, learn from the life of us. When we do an MBA, I always mention this thing. When we do an MBA, what do we study? We study different people's case studies, right? Lives. Now imagine if I learn from Elon Musk's life, or I learn from Warren Buffett's life, or I learn from, some other big names. My point is, yes, we can learn those things, but will those challenges which they have faced are going to come in my life? I'm a very small man. I'm a mango people, Aam Admi, right? Now those mango people, where do I find those case studies of mango people? So when I sit down with you, you are a BNI member. I learn from your life. I see what challenges you face, how you go through the life. Does that give me enough learning? So I do a one-to-one, I do an understanding, a deep dive meeting with my members until I am able to collect a golden nugget from your story.
Nice, nice.
That is what derives me towards my focus, because I
It's
am
like
able to
everyone
nurture.
you meet is a learning for you.
Is a learning for me. I remember in my first grade, when I was reading the storybooks, there was always one question after that. What is the moral of this story?
Yes.
So every human being is a story for me, their life is a story for me. I need to know the moral of their story, which I am going to learn from. And when I grow up, another question which was added lot later, somewhere in secondary schools, what's the irony of this story?
Okay.
And believe me, I started collecting those irony also in their stories.
Oh, nice.
And that helped me mentor other people. If I nurture other people, if I mentor as many people as possible, make a difference in their life, will that really solve the purpose? Very recently, something which I always ask myself came as a book title in front of me, and I was amazed to see, who will cry when I die?
Okay.
Right? If I make a difference in your
Yes.
life and you get to know Pankaj is no more, will you have a tear in your eye? And if I am able to achieve that, that's a success for me.
Yes.
So this was the initial one which I created, the purpose statement. And then few years while I was living this, I was again in a session and somebody says, Pankaj, isn't it time that you improve, evolve this purpose statement further?
As you evolved as an individual, you
You
had to
should evolve
the
your
statement.
purpose, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
should aim for a higher purpose.
Yes.
And there it changed to that I nurture other rivers, other leaders
Nice.
who intend live to nurture the life of other people who came in their life. Will that bring a ripple effect? Will that bring a bigger change in society?
So even if
that's
you
what I
nurture
want.
one person, he will go and nurture another five
Yes,
person,
yes.
right? I think it's an amazing statement, and I've known you for maybe 1.5 years now, and I think I've really seen that happen through your workshops. And one more thing which I noticed during those workshops is that you are never scared to open up about your own weaknesses, your own failures. And I feel that it's a very liberating thing to do, because when you are an open book, when people know that this is what Pankaj is, there's nothing to be scared of, but how do you first get that strength to talk about it openly with your fellow members?
I always go back in my childhood and I'll always say we are mostly the results of our upbringing. We were always being told that never hide anything from your gynecologist or your doctor.
Yes.
Right? If you hide things, can they treat you?
Yes, yes.
So my question is, when I am not open to being vulnerable, not open to my coaches, my gurus, the people who I want to learn with, will they be able to help me? If I hide all those things, will they be able to help me?
Yes.
And then, came across, there are a lot of coaches who I want to salute to, I want to give all the credit to whatever I have learned. So Renee Brown, she have spent a lot of lifetime just
Speaking about the
researching about vulnerability. My question is, can I be vulnerable? Okay, what will happen if I go vulnerable? The fear is somebody may hurt me. But I am the one who will choose if I want to get hurt by someone's comment or no.
Yes.
If I am vulnerable, if I am accepting my mistakes out loud in public, why I am accepting my mistake out loud in public? Because I want to learn from them.
Yes.
I want to grow up. I don't want to repeat those mistakes. What is there to hide?
Right.
What is there to hide? If I keep on hiding, no one can ever help me.
True that.
My life is a complete result of the gurus, the mentors, the BNI members, the friends who have come in my life and who have taught me.
Yes.
Why they could teach me? Because I could open up myself.
True.
At some point of time, I have heard from people, Pankaj, you take too much risk telling people about that. I said, if I don't take that risk, I will be where I am for the rest of my life, and that's a bigger risk in life than taking that risk and finding my way forward in the right way, which can pave a beautiful future for me.
True, true. And now coming back to the book itself, it starts with the chapter Introspection, right? So what it exactly is, what is introspection and why is it important for a person?
In this book, I'll read something from that, not at word to word, but something. So Milan is a gentleman who lives in Dubai. He has a beautiful wife, kids, a 3-bedroom, sea-facing apartment. He's happy in all ways, right?
Yes.
But still feels hollow. Why is that hollowness? That hollowness is because one, he does not have a purpose. Second, he does not introspect what he's doing, why is he doing. Have you ever been to a mall?
Yes.
You go in Dubai Mall, that beautiful map,
Yes.
and you want to go to that shop. And then you go and find that shop. And from there, you find the way.
Yes.
But if I remove, you are here,
Yes.
right? Will you be able to walk that way?
No. So you need to find where you are yourself first, right?
So knowing where you are is the introspection.
Yes.
If you want to bring any change to your life, the very first step is where you are, where am I? Moreover, what am I doing?
Yes.
Why I am doing that? What is the purpose of that? And in introspection, I don't even look at, that's not the only part which I look at, what I am doing, why I am doing. I look at what I am not doing which I want to do. Right?
Yes, yes.
And most importantly, what is the cost I am paying for not doing what I want to do?
Yes. Yes.
Right? Am I going to miss something which I can never get back? Understanding all those things will give you enough courage to make those necessary changes. Not only that, will give you pride in doing what you are doing, because you will associate with a bigger purpose to your doings.
Yes.
Just an example I'll share with you. A friend of mine told me that every Friday morning I'll sit down with my kids and we do some shopping for them.
Okay. Like online
Online shopping.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll hunt. So he has a 3-year-old child and he's hunting with him. Okay, what do you want to buy?
Okay.
And he said, I do that. Okay. Why you do that? Don't know. I just want to buy him something. Okay, good. But when we keep on, talking about that,
Yes.
we realize the purpose is to build that bond with the child, which is going to end throughout the life, which is going to stand there
Yes.
because daddy used to spend time with me.
Yes. Yes.
That's the value. When you add that bigger purpose to it,
Then it all makes sense.
it all
right?
makes sense.
Yes. Why are you doing what you're
So
doing, right?
when you do introspection,
Yes.
believe me, the things you are doing, they start making sense to you,
Yes.
right? They start bringing fulfillment to you.
Yes.
There is nothing more important than your authentic happiness.
Yes.
I always appreciate your smile. That cannot come if you are not authentically happy,
Yes.
right? And that's what I drive in introspection.
That's amazing. And in your book itself, now talking about Milan's story, there's also a lot of instances you have put with a lot of people's story. And I think they are the real people you met in life. Probably you might have changed the names, but they are the real people.
Definitely, I
Right.
changed the name, but those all stories are real instances which have come through my life,
Yes.
where I learned from them or being able to help them think differently.
And it was very connecting. So that's what I felt about the book than reading any other self-development books versus your book. I felt there was a very nice style of storytelling. It was like, because it felt very relatable because there were a lot of stories of real people in that.
Here I want to say something. I am not an author.
Yes.
I am not a guru. I just share with you what I have learned in life.
Nice, nice.
Yes, I go in a way of storytelling, because according to me, whatever facts I say, they are just telling the facts.
Yes.
But when I tell a story, it lives longer with
Very
you,
true.
because I try and tell a story in a way that my audience can resonate.
Very
The moment they have that resonance, the energy in the room will change.
Yes.
They'll have a shine on their face, and I know it, that they have found something which will help them hold this story for their life.
So I like this Milan story was very relatable to me also. Like I had everything in a corporate job, and at that time I also went through the very similar journey which Milan went through. So the very first chapter itself, took me like, wow, this is what I went through. So I feel a lot of people who's reading would also feel. And one more highlight which I found in your book was a lot of chapters end with worksheets or like exercises for you to actually sit and self-reflect. And other good thing is you're also taking it to the next level through your workshops, right? So it's more like once I read your book and what do I take the next action, you're also ready to handhold us through your workshops. So I would love to know about those workshops as well.
So, Bilna, let me say it this way. What is my purpose?
Yes.
My purpose is, I come back, my purpose is to nurture the leaders,
Yes.
right? by writing the book, yes, I will reach a mass audience.
Yes.
I'll create some wows, some wow moment for them.
Yes.
We are all leaky buckets. If I don't give those exercises and they don't do those exercises, they'll lose what they have learned.
Yes.
John Maxwell says something beautiful: learn it,
Yes.
earn it, and then return it.
Wow.
Right? So I may learn
Yes.
and forget.
Yes.
I may learn and practice. By practicing, I'll earn it.
Yes.
Once I have earned it, what is my duty towards
Give
my
back.
society? Give it back to the society. So I am doing the same thing. Whatever I have learned and I have earned,
Yes.
I am going to return it. And because I have earned it,
Yes.
it is not a bookish knowledge which I am sharing. It is the story, it is the practical examples, it's the something which have gone through me,
Yes.
right? So it is coming from my core, not from what I have read or what I have heard. Why I inspired to do those workshops? When I write a book, the audience will read. Yes, they will take actions, and it will depend on how much actions they'll take.
Yes.
But if I am able to do a workshop and have people in the room, it is soup for my soul. When I see that change in the energy, when I
see
see
the
that blink in their
transformation.
eyes, see those transformations, it gives me energy to keep flowing, keep doing what I am doing. It tells me, yes, you are on the right path.
Nice.
Not only that, during those workshops, we can help these people do some help to each other, right? In a group, we can really do much more than what we do alone,
Yes.
right? So guidance is required at times because we have certain limitations.
Yes.
And if we want to overcome those limitations, we have to hear other people's experience.
Yes.
I used to feel, I had gone through downs in my life, literally from hero to zero twice in my life. And I always would ask, hey God, why you have done that to me? Why me? Why me? Why me? And most of us do that. But then I come to these workshops. When I hear from other people, I see the God have given challenge to everybody. Everyone have handled those challenge, and we are all shining today. The trajectory of our growth was positive,
Very true.
right?
Yes.
If the trajectory was positive, why to blame God?
Yes.
We are here because those challenges came our way. We are here because we fought through those challenges. And that's why workshops. They are very, very important. Indeed, right now I'm doing, on this 28th, I'm doing the workshop for communications. It's the third chapter.
Yes.
And right now these workshops, I've invited all my BNI members. And seriously speaking, making money out of these workshops is not my focus.
Yes.
My focus is to live the purpose of my life. And that's what I am completely committed to.
That's amazing. Now, when it comes to taking those workshops to the corporate levels, right? So it's the CEOs or probably the owners of a company or the directors of a company who wants to invest into their employees, into their well-being, right? So as a CEO, like what can I expect if I send my team to do the corporate training of the whole journey of being? What transformation can I expect in my people?
So I'll take an example of a puzzle piece.
Yes.
Right. Entire team of a company is the pieces of puzzle.
Yes.
When they put together in the best way, they look a beautiful picture.
Yes.
Right. What if these puzzle pieces have crooked edges? Right. Those crooked edges are the one which will get removed. They'll more smooth. They'll fit into the picture of that puzzle more smoothly. They'll know what they are doing, why they are doing.
Yes.
They'll be happy doing what they are doing.
Nice.
If they don't meet with the purpose of your company, the mission of your company, they might find something else. Yes, there is a possibility.
Yes.
But end of the day, you will have a team which is aligned, which is working with passion towards the purpose of that company. Will you need that?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Right? As a matter of fact, I'll read a statement which I read from a book. I don't remember the book name. A board asked a CEO, why do you spend so much money on the development of your team? What if they learn and leave?
Okay.
The only answer CEO has, I am not worried about if they leave. I am worried about if they don't learn and they stay.
Yes.
right?
Yes,
So, do
yes.
you want to have that kind of team? That's your choice.
Very true. I think a lot of people don't really understand the value of investing into their own team, right? Because, like you said, if they stay and if they don't know what they're doing, it does more harm, right? Amazing. And when it comes to the readers, right, who is the right person who should read the book? Or maybe I would put it in a different way. Why did you actually write the book? For whom? Like when you write, you might have somebody in mind, right? Who should be the right person you're speaking to through the book?
I come across a lot of BNI members in my life. These
Yes.
are SME owners, these are
Yes.
micro SME owners. Then during my learnings,
Yes.
coachings, I came across so many corporate employees,
Yes.
and I always find them not satisfied.
Okay.
I'm always find a deep pain behind that smiley face.
Okay.
And I said, I have learned it. I have learned to be vulnerable. I have learned to come out. If I give this back to them, can
Yes.
they be authentically happy? So, anyone who wants to be happy in life, doing what they are doing, have a purpose, really know where they are going. The being means what you want to be at 50 years from now, and where are you driving your life to. If you want to have a control of your life in your hand, if you want to really know where you are going, this is a book for you.
Nice.
So, my audience, if you notice in every single chapter, I have referred for employees, right?
Yes.
The people
Yes.
who are working in the organizations, making them successful, and I have referred for the employers or entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So, this book is for the both.
Probably everyone who wants to really have a purpose and have a self
I would,
discovery.
I recently, a friend's wife
Yes.
who I had given this book to read, and she's a housewife. She read this book and she said, Pankaj, I'm so deeply connected because so far I used to crib that, Pankaj, I am not able to utilize my learnings, and I am just spending my life as a housewife, and I was feeling stuck.
Okay.
But reading the book, there was some realization on what I am doing, why I am doing. I have chosen this path because I want to shape up the future of my kids,
Okay.
right? And what I am doing, I am able to associate a purpose to that. That has given me peace,
Very true.
right?
Yes.
Even that matters. This chapter, if you see the first 5 chapters of the book, indeed, not only 5, 6 chapter of the books goes towards your personal thing.
Yes. Yes.
You as a human
As
being.
an individual.
You as
Yes.
an individual. Because for me, somebody said, Pankaj, this doesn't talk about the business thing. I said, boss, until you yourself are not in the perfect shape, mind, and condition, how can I fit you into a business puzzle?
Yes.
Right? So let's work on you first. Once you are completely, beautifully, you're decorated, you're done, everything is in order, we'll talk about business.
Yes.
And then last 4 chapters, they talk about the business or the career. How do you plan your life?
Yes.
So I have a chapter which is focused on mission vision of a company.
Yes.
I have a chapter which is focused on accountability partner.
Yes.
It's purely a term I learned through my BNI journey, accountability partner,
Yes.
right? So that's how I have been driving it for everyone. And there are chapters, like communication.
Yes.
This is something I say it is not only for adults, even teenagers, if they learn this chapter of communication, it can be a life changer for them.